Welcome back to USA News, your go-to source for the biggest stories and breaking updates from across the United States. If you want to stay ahead of the news, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Let's dive straight into today's top story. Zohran Mamdani's political movement scores major victories as Democratic Party faces growing divide. A political earthquake may be unfolding inside the Democratic Party. Just months after winning New York City's mayoral race, Zohran Mamdani is proving that his influence extends far beyond City Hall. In a stunning display of political momentum, all three congressional candidates endorsed by the 34-year-old Democratic Socialist won their Democratic primary races, signaling what many are calling a major shift in the future direction of the party. For supporters, it's a sign that a new generation of progressive leaders is finally taking center stage. For critics, it's a warning that the Democratic Party is moving further away from its traditional leadership. And now, Washington is paying close attention. The victories are especially significant because Mamdani's endorsed candidates were widely viewed as challengers to the Democratic establishment. Their campaigns effectively became a test of whether progressive grassroots activism could defeat more mainstream liberal politicians backed by influential party figures. The results were hard to ignore. Brad Lander scored one of the night's biggest wins, defeating Congressman Dan Goldman in a race that attracted national attention. Goldman, known for his role in one of Donald Trump's impeachment trials, entered the contest with significant name recognition and establishment support. But voters delivered a different message. Lander's campaign focused heavily on rejecting the influence of large political action committees and outside money in politics. During his victory speech, he argued that voters are increasingly frustrated with the role powerful interests play in shaping political outcomes. Another major upset came from Claire Valdez, who defeated Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso in a highly competitive race for an open congressional seat. Although both candidates shared many policy positions, Valdez successfully argued that stronger and more outspoken progressive leadership was needed to address today's challenges. Perhaps the most surprising result came from Darya-Liza Avila Chevalier. The doctoral student and community organizer defeated Congressman Adriano Espaillat, one of the most influential Latino leaders in Congress and head of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Despite facing criticism over controversial past social media posts, Avila Chevalier maintained support from progressive activists who viewed her campaign as part of a broader movement demanding political change. All three winning candidates share strong progressive positions on issues ranging from economic inequality to immigration policy and foreign affairs. Their victories are being viewed as a powerful endorsement of the political movement Mamdani has helped build. At the center of the conversation is an increasingly visible divide within the Democratic Party itself. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries supported the more established candidates in these races and has attempted to minimize suggestions that the results represent a broader challenge to party leadership. Jeffries has argued that a handful of primary races do not fundamentally change the identity of the Democratic caucus. But many progressives see things differently. Some activists and political commentators have openly described the results as a rejection of establishment politics and a signal that voters want new voices leading the party. Public reaction has been intense. Supporters of Mamdani's movement say voters are demanding bold solutions to issues like affordability, housing costs, corporate influence, and economic inequality. They believe traditional political approaches have failed to address the concerns of younger and working-class voters. Meanwhile, critics worry that the rise of democratic socialism could create new challenges for Democrats heading into future national elections. Republicans have already signaled they plan to make the growing influence of democratic socialism a major campaign issue in 2026. The implications extend beyond New York. Across the country, progressive candidates are gaining traction in local and national races, reflecting broader generational changes within American politics. The question now is whether these victories represent isolated successes, or the beginning of a larger transformation within the Democratic Party. One thing is certain: Zohran Mamdani is no longer simply a local political figure. His growing influence is reshaping conversations about the future of democratic politics, and the ripple effects may be felt far beyond New York City. As new leaders rise and old political alliances face new challenges, the battle over the Democratic Party's future is only just beginning. What do you think? Are these victories a sign of needed political change, or do they highlight growing divisions within the Democratic Party? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more breaking political news and in-depth analysis from across America.